So today, Neowiz shared a dev note with us to let us know what will be coming up in the CBT playtest for AVA. And I'm here to just break it down a little bit, explain a couple of things more clearly, so hopefully to help you out with the dev note that we got. So first off, this dev note, I think most people agree it was long overdue. As far as I understand, there will also still be build notes that are going to be shared slightly before the playtest, so in the coming weeks we can still expect that, and that's going to shed some extra light on what extra weapons and maps are going to be there, as well as servers and other utility. So we'll have to wait a little bit until we see about that, but we did get a dev note today. And I'll just share this dev note with you. It's already on Steam, it's already been shared on socials earlier today, so good chance you've already seen it. But I'm just going to break it down with you. So if I go over to the browser, so this is where it is found. I'll make sure to share it in the description as well. A letter from the AVA team. This is a letter written by one of the product managers at Neowiz for AVA. So as said, to our dedicated and patient community, to start, we would like to express our gratitude to you, our AVA fans who've waited a long time for AVA Global Service. Reading your comments on various social media pages, you must have been curious about how AVA will return. While preparing for global service, our development and management teams conducting several data-driven research products based on feedback from existing services and AVA Global social media pages. So this is the Facebook, the Twitter, but I think Discord is one of the key ones to mention here. We've thought about how to provide a service dedicated to the community and making sure players have a much more enjoyable gameplay environment. This means listen to the community and act for the community. Now, this is important because they say we have thought about how to provide a service dedicated to the community. So, this bit here. And this is also to highlight, this is why they've delayed the game. It's not because the game wasn't ready. It's because they wanted to better prepare it for the global market. So, this means listen to the community and act for the community. So, what are we thinking? The factors related to weapons has seen the most feedback and interest from the players in existing service regions and social media pages. In our existing service regions, many fans requested for improvement of weapons with reasonably better stats and items. This subject has become one of the several highest priorities for our team. After a lot of data-driven research, we have found a more sustainable solution for our global players. So they mention here that they've noticed issues with weapon balancing in other versions, which is not a surprise because weapon balancing in TAVA specifically is utterly garbage. It's horrible. I really don't want to see that in Steam Alpha. And as they will address here, we won't. So that's good. So the first thing they start to talk about is pay to win affecting players' gameplay experience. This is important because pay to win is a big issue for us. They said balancing the performance of numerous items is one of the community's biggest concerns, as well as how players will be able to obtain them. Standing with the community, this is one of our biggest concerns too. Good, because it should be. In fact, various opinions and dissatisfaction about item balancing are still an issue in most shooter genre games. We want to address this accordingly. And so it is in Kava, Java, and Tava, but yeah, Global AVA, Steam AVA should be different. With the existing versions of AVA in various regions, there are some users who want balanced items for a better gameplay experience. This has led to different user preferences. To be specific, the reasons are linked to cash items becoming pay to win, which, as you know, is an issue in the other versions. Many users have raised concerns regarding this type of system that has brought negative experiences to the game. In early 2021, so around the time that they delayed the game, our team started to find a modern and data-driven solution to have this totally changed. We believe that the community's satisfaction is important. So they note here that pay to win is negative, and they say we're going to totally change it to make sure that the community is happy. So this means that they're going to move towards a system that is less pay to win or even none pay to win. So let's see what they say about that. So new ideas. They mention, we have made bold decisions. We have balanced the performance of each item groups from performance to visual. This seems to imply that there's no pay to win at all, which is very good. That means fascinating weapon bodies, shiny gun barrels, and beautiful charismatic item designs. This is how they explain it. So they explain it more of how the skins are going to look, but this, I think, is the most important thing. So we have balanced the performance of each item groups from performance to visual, which, again, should indicate that there's no pay to win. Or at least very slight amounts of pay to win. But they're not very specific in that case, and what I know from talking with Neowiz is very careful with mentioning the game doesn't have pay to win, because that can come back to bite them in the butt. So they want to make sure that they're still a little bit vague about it, but they do want the community to know that pay to win won't be as much of an issue in the other game. We hope you show interest in response to the skin items, yeah. In addition, premium value items are no longer only attainable through financial incentives. We have found a solution that can be used to acquire items in various ways, such as experiences and in-game currency. What this means is this could hint at the black market, which is in the other version, which I don't know yet if we'll get it. This could also refer to weapon passes, which they have in the other versions, which I'm pretty sure we will have, but again, not confirmed. Just to explain how the weapon pass works, you buy a skinned weapon for in-game euros, about 10k, which is very little. You get it for 30 days. You have to complete certain missions, like, for example, in Tava, you have one at the moment. Get 200 kills, play for 5 hours, and get 20 headshots. If you complete all 3 of them, you get that weapon permanently, and for the weapons, or for the missions individually, you also get rewards. So that's how that works. And they also mention this. Further, various items now utilize the weapon modification options to create a performance that suits your gameplay. And they show this picture for it. Now, we know this is the Chris Super V. This seems to be a new skin. And this is the Chris Super V Death, which is an older skin. But they show this icon. And this icon might be familiar to other people, because this refers to the token system that's been used in other versions. Now, this token system will work differently, as far as I understand, to other versions. So what I can share about that, just to make that more clear. How the system works is, the system works a lot like the token system, like I just mentioned. And each modification grants 5 random stat increases. So that can be for damage, for range, accuracy, ROF, mobility. Not sure if ammo is also included, but might be. And users can roll this until they get the desired output. What is very important to notice, as you can see, it's for non-skinned. This seems to be like a mid-tier and a higher tier skin. But it applies to all of these versions. What's very important to note for people that are worried, hey, will this system be pay to win? No, this system will not be pay to win. It will be available for all of the weapons. But there will be some random element in there, as you can tell. And it is a system that you'll need to use because your weapon becomes better. So, in my personal opinion, I don't like the system. But on the other hand, it's a system that's not pay to win. So it's much better than what the other version, what the old version was and what the other versions are. But I'd have to see it in action. And honestly, my first thoughts are a bit negative about that. But we'll have to see how that pans out. For now, we will focus on item designing and responsible performance. We want to create a welcoming environment for everyone. The rise of classic and authentic AVA is at your fingertips. Thank you, sincerely, your AVA operations team. So that is the entire thing. So they've addressed the pay to win, mostly the pay to win, and that they've been listening to the community. And yeah, what we can see is they are definitely taking a stance against pay to win. A good one, because they want to get rid of it, which is very good. So I'm very much looking forward to the CBT, which is in 3 weeks from now. And hopefully with the build notes that are still to be shared, we will also learn something about the other things that are still on our minds, such as servers. Anti-cheat, I've seen, is a big question from the community. So I hope that the build notes in the future will also shed some light on that. That's it for now. I hope that explains this Death Note a little bit more clearly. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them below in the comments. And as soon as the build notes come out, I'll make sure to make a video again. So I guess I'll see you then. Goodbye.